This video today we are going to answer a question that's been asked by one of our viewers, and the question is, can you get pregnant the day after your menses? Can you get pregnant one day after your menses? In this video today, we are going to answer this question, and remember, this is a question that has been asked many times on our channel, and the question is this: can you get pregnant one day after your menses? Now, we go straight away to the question, but before we proceed, remember to subscribe so that you do not miss any new videos we release every day. And then, of course, also you'll be able to get all updates on our channel. And on this channel, we do talk about fertility, we talk about pregnancy, we talk about everything connected to women's health. Gerard Massa, the health educator, is the name of the channel. Can you get pregnant one day after your menses? One thing we should take from here is that the menstrual cycle or your menses are divided into two phases. We have the first phase, which is known as the follicular phase, and then we have the second phase, which is known as the luteal phase. Now, you may be asking yourself, what do we mean by the follicular phase? What do we mean by the luteal phase? Stay with me and we are going to talk about all this. So, assuming you saw your periods on this date, you saw your periods on the next day, and then you finished on the third day, what is going to happen is that the first day you will be seeing, the first day you are seeing your periods is actually what we call the first day of your menstrual cycle. But assuming you finish your periods, let's say you finish them and then you begin afresh. That first day when you are not seeing your periods, we begin counting that as day 0, and then we shall go on counting up to the 14th day. The 14th day, which is always in the middle of your cycle, is what we call that day when ovulation is taking place. And remember, we've talked about ovulation on this channel. Lots of videos are on this channel about ovulation. If you've missed any of those videos, you can always get some time and go through all those videos. But without further ado, we shall give a brief description of ovulation. We've said that the 14th day, which is also known as the day of ovulation, that's when the mature Graafian follicle, in simple terms, that's when the mature egg, also known as the dominant follicle, is going to be released. That mature egg, which is known as the dominant follicle, when it has been released, it actually only stays for 12 to 24 hours. After which, if it's not fertilized, then it disintegrates, and what remains behind is what we call the corpus luteum. So normally, we actually are answering this question very well because the question was, can you get pregnant after your menses? I'm taking you kind of giving you a brief outline of the whole thing, and then we shall go straight away to answer the question. We've said that on the 14th day, that's when the mature egg is released. So the remaining days after the egg has been released, that period is what we call the luteal period. Luteal is L-U-T-E-A-L. Luteal phase. That's the phase when specifically either the mature egg is to be fertilized or not to be fertilized. So normally the remaining phase is evidenced by some key hormones rising. For example, progesterone. It increases if you actually have been, if you are pregnant, but if you've not got pregnant on the ovulation day, then the progesterone levels are going to drop, and then of course estrogen is also going to drop, and then what is going to happen is that the inside of your womb, also known as the endometrium, is going to disintegrate, and that's what we call your periods. Question is, can you get pregnant after your menses, one day after your menses? In simple terms, if you have just had your menses, what is going to happen is that you are going to begin afresh this phase we said, the follicular phase. There's no way you will be able to get pregnant one day after your periods when you have just finished actually going through your periods. One thing you have to take from this is that at least 5 to 7 days, that's when you are most likely to get pregnant. Question is, can you get pregnant after your menses? Can you get pregnant one day after your menses? The answer is no. You cannot get pregnant one day after your menses. At least some 5 days have to pass, or 4 days, depending on the hormonal profile of the lady, depending on the fertility profile, depending on your hormonal levels. For example, the anti-Mullerian hormone levels. I mean, all those have to be put together by your gynecologist or your fertility expert, and then they will be able to advise you accordingly. Remember, if you have any questions related to fertility, you can actually book your space, you can book your place to have a chat with me on my WhatsApp. Lots of clients are getting their answers. Lots of them are actually sending me testimonies. They are sending me pictures of their pregnancy testing strips. They are actually turning to, they are becoming positive. They are getting the right advice, helping them to really know when to get pregnant and when not to. And I'm really so happy, and I thank God for this. So you could be the next person with your pregnancy test turning positive. The key thing is this: understand the basics, get the basics from the experts, and then you will be able to get pregnant. You also need to put in prayers. You need to put in prayers, because we can tell you what we were taught, but prayers and God does everything. You should put your trust in God. So you can have a chat with me on my WhatsApp. Booking is only $10, $10 US. It doesn't matter which country you are in. You can always use Airtel Money. If you do not have Airtel Money and you are in a country where SendWave is available, then you can simply go to www.sendwave, that is SENDWAVE.com, and then you can make the transfer of the $10. I will be able to receive the message in my account, and then we shall organize and then have a detailed chat with you. All your questions related to fertility will be answered. Remember, for the $10 you are paying, you are getting value which is over $500. So we are looking at giving the best possible information about fertility at a very affordable fee. So book your space to have a chat with me about fertility, and I'm looking forward to talk with you, my friend. I'm looking forward to give you the best of my knowledge, to give you the best of my advice on how you can get pregnant faster. If you are a couple that's been trying to get pregnant, then book your space with me on my WhatsApp, and the number is +256 701 797876. I'll be waiting for you, and remember, it's +256 701 7978 and 76. It's registered in my name, Gerard Massa, and then I'll be able to have a detailed chat with you. Have yourself a fantastic and healthy day. Let me see you in tomorrow's video, and God bless.